Welcome back to Black Robot. In today's session, we will explore one of the most important concepts in programming language, control structures in C. So, we will be covering under control structures, if loop, switch, for, while, do, while. Yes. So, quick question I have here. So, do you think a program always runs line by line in order? No. Programs need to make decisions and repeat actions, and that's exactly what control structures allow. Control structures are likely rote signs for your code. They tell your program when to stop, when to continue, which part to take, where to turn, etc. Okay. Without them, a program would just run straight without logic. It means if there is no condition, it will be flow like water, right? So think of a real world example. When driving, you stop at a red signal if condition. You choose which lane to take, which and you loop around about until you exit. That's a loop. So types of decision would be, that will come if else, switch, in looping, for, while, do, while, and in jump, break, continue would come. Okay. So using this, you can make your decisions, and also repetitions you can do for the multiple tasks. So coming to the types of control structures. So for decision making, if else, nested if, switch is there. For looping, for, while, do, while is there. For jump, break, and continue is there. So by the end of this chapter, you will know when to use each one. If statement, if you are seeing here, you know, right, you are seeing executes a block if the condition is true. If block is not true, it will not come under into that. So if you're seeing here age, what is age? Earlier we talked about it. Age is just a variable which is holding a number. Number can be 8, right? And also in that case, suppose 2, 3, 4, or more than equal to 18, 90, 20. So what if it is coming as a 2, 3 here, right? Or 4 is there. When it is coming here, 2, 3, 4, any kind of, integer, is it satisfying this if condition? No, because 2, 3, 4 is not greater than equal to 18. So that's why printf will not print here. It will not show as eligible to vote. So number should be greater than or equal to 18. So 18, 20, 19, 20. If these kind of, numbers is coming, it will always make as a true, and it will print here eligible to vote. Okay. So we will talk more about the real time example. Uh, so before that, if you are seeing, this is the flow chart. Condition is there. If condition is S, okay, it will go to the action. If there is no, okay, so it will not go into this action. It will, it will go out of this. It will go out of this loop. Not a loop. It's a if statement. My bad. Okay. So, for this if condition, always it has to be true. Okay. Then only it will enter into this condition. Otherwise, it will not. For if example, so this is the real time example. If you're seeing, if you go into the any ATM, there for transaction, you enter your PIN. When you enter your PIN, then only you can collect your money. Otherwise, it will show as an incorrect PIN. So this is what real-time example is there, right? So for a ATM that is there, right? So the similar way for a web application, you are putting for logging there, you put there the ID, login ID, then after that password. If you are putting your password incorrect, you will not log in into that web page, right? So if you're seeing here into this int main, okay, this is the header studio.h. For a C, you always write it as include studio.h. So which you know always has the internal libraries. So which is suppose printf, scanf is etc. is there, which is responsible to work as a print and take it as a scanf value. Okay. So suppose correct pin you have enter 1234, right? So integer int pin you have as an int pin, any kind of, because later on you will be just storing this value, any value into the pin. So for printf, it will print onto the screen, enter your ATM pin. Okay. Then scanf. Why we are using an pin? Because when you will go onto the screen, so this will hold the value. Okay. It is an integer format as we discussed earlier as well. Percent D is given there. Okay. And pin is responsible for holding the value. So when you will suppose you will enter 1345. So 1345 will be under this, pin. So when pin is 1345, okay, this one, and correct pin is given there 1234. Is it equal to that? No, this is not equal to that. So that's why it will not enter into this if condition. What if you are entering the correct pin? 1234 is equal to 1234. It means this enter pin and the correct pin which you have given already, this is equal to each other, and it will enter into this if condition, and it will print as a access granted welcome. So I think you have got what is the real life example of the if condition. Coming to the if else, you are seeing here, right? It executes uh, one block if condition is true, and if it is not true, it will into the false condition. So before that, when we discuss about the if condition, there was no else condition. That's why it was coming, out of this condition, and nothing was printing, nothing was showing. But into the else condition, we can do either this or either that one. Okay. So here we are checking the which value is even or odd. When you are just uh, going any number with the this, and just dividing it, 2 to the 4 is going to come true. 0 is equal to 0, right? This reminder value. So when this reminder value has come as a 0, so it will print as a even. Suppose you have come with the 5, just check it for reminder value. 2 to the 4, so it has come as a 1. So it means it is not is equal to 0. 1 is not equal to 0. This will come as a odd condition. So this is how if and else works. Okay. So in that case, real life example, if you are going later on. So before that, flow chart we will discuss. So the same thing, start is happening here. You have given a condition. Condition is equal to kind of thing. Okay, so inside, if you have to give some kind of operators, yes, to just match up those values. Otherwise, it will not compare. Okay, or otherwise is not equal to is not equal to happen like this. Okay, so if no, skip if block, it will enter into the else block. Okay. And it will come into the end. Okay. It will come as an end here. And if it is yes, it will execute the if block and it will later on come into the end. So this is what if else flowchart. So for real life example, if you're going a teacher assigning grades based on marks, okay. So that's a nested if in action if you are going. So into the nested if else, if you're seeing multiple if else will come into the picture, not a one. Okay. So if you're seeing the grade, how grade happens. If it is greater than or equal to 90 marks, so grade would A would be given. If it is, greater than or equal to 75 marks, so it will be the B grade, otherwise it will come into the C grade. So if would come, you will give the condition, okay, then this will come, then else if you will write, then condition, okay, then again you will write the curly brackets here, then else you will write it. So I have given only the two here. You can write the multiple if, okay, then else if, then also one more condition you can write. So you can write multiple if else here as well. In the end, you can write the else condition. Okay. So this is what the nested if else. So real life example as we have already discussed. So this is the uh, teacher assigning the grades based on the marks. Okay, so these kind of situations into the real life example you can add it and design your code there and you can implement according to your need. Then coming to the switch statement. Why we use the switch statement, right? Switch is like a menu card. So when you use one variable, you compare with the multiple cases. So you can make the multiple cases inside the switch statement. Got it? So so for how you define switch, your choice is it like the choice. Suppose you have entered the choice is equal to one. So it will compare as a case one because here you have written as case one. So it will print as a add and it will break, it will not execute other, right? Because it has broken from here and it will not, it will come out of the loop and later on it will, execute all the things. Now coming to the, if twice is equal to 2, then it will print as a subtract break. And it will not compare, others one, it will come here and go to that one and it will not go to the default and it will come out of the loop and it will execute like that. Okay, so this is pretty much faster, you can say switch statement. And coming to the default, it will not go to here because default you have given, sorry, not a default, you can say you have given another number 3. So it will come as a invalid because 3 is not existing here. Okay, so like that you can enter for a calculator. Suppose calculator you are making, right? Calculator. So calculator is given there. So for a first case, you have given addition. Okay. For second case, you have given subtraction. Okay. For third case, you have given multiplication. Okay. For fourth case, you have given division. Okay. So, so there are four cases. So when you are going to add it, how you will go for that? Add. So inside this case one, okay. So only you are printing here, right? So you can write it any kind of number as a scanf. Okay. So suppose you have entered two numbers using the scanf. Okay. So this would be percent %d, then percent %d. Okay. So inside that and A and B like that, right? So this will come here and C is equal to A plus B. So C would be the addition here. So like that for a case two, you will return here. I will write here case two. Okay, subtraction, then C is equal to A minus B. For case 3, okay, you will write here C is equal to A into B. For case 4, you will go for the C is equal to A divided B. So like that, you can make the calculator here. So using the switch statement, that's pretty much easy. You can play around using your logic, okay, and you can print on your terminal easily. So this is the switch flowchart. So if you're seeing the start is given there, and will have expressions, then decision will come. Then if that's a default case, it will come here. Otherwise, case one or case two, it will exit, and it will come to the process, and it will exit. Okay. So we are seeing what we have discussed, though. So this is the code is given here. Okay. So in choice, we have defined as a variable choice AB. So AB, you will be just enter two numbers. Then after that menu, you will decide here. Then print so addition value, subtraction, multiplication, this one. So you will just guiding to user. Okay, so what you are going to enter, just enter it as a one for addition, two for subtraction, three for multiplication, four for division. So he will enter his choice here, one, two, three, four, like that. Okay, so because you have already stored two numbers, so whenever he will enter suppose two, it will come as a minus b, and it will break it and come will out of this six case. So these are kind of real life examples. Now we will start with the loop section. Okay. So for loop, why loop is there, right? So we, when you know how many times to repeat it and how many times you are going to, you know, allow that task. Okay, that's why loop comes into the picture. So suppose you set it for 30 seconds, loops runs will be the 30 times counting down for each second. So this is what loop is there. Okay. So here, if you're seeing, right, I is equal to 1 into the, so you have defined int I as a loop here. Okay. So it will initialize value from 1. So it will go till I less than is equal to 10. It will go less than or equal to 10. It means it will start from 1. It will go till 10, and it will not go beyond 10. Okay, so it will increment from 1 because I plus plus you have given here. So how it will happen, we will just go into the mode. So if you are seeing here, keyword is for here. Okay, you have defined as a counter one. So that's a counter variable name. This is what we earlier discussed. You can give any variable name. So semicolon we will give, then final variable what you it is entering, right? Because it's incremented value. It will increment, okay, and it will come here and count because you have already given. So suppose I plus plus you have given, so it will I you have defined, so 2 will become, okay, again it will come here, it will match it. Okay, so 2 is less than or equal to, yes, it is true, then it will go. Okay, again I plus plus will come. Okay, it will become 3. Okay, again it will come here, then again 3 is less than or equal to, it will print, again it will just I plus plus will happen. Okay, it will become 4, like that it is comparing. So So here you can see the you are initializing the start value, then sorry, my replied. So you are initializing the value here, the the loop is starting. Okay, the test condition you have given, if false is there, it will come out of the loop. Suppose you have given here I is equal to 10, right? So it will correct, right? Because it is less than or equal to, because equal to it is given there. If suppose you have given 11, so it will not, satisfy this condition. It will come out of this loop and it will start. Otherwise, if it is true, block the statement, update the expression, it will keep coming. And until it is becoming 11, it will not stop. So this is what for loop is given there. So what is the real life example? Okay. So microwave. In that case, microwave countdown timer, you have given 30 seconds. Okay. So in that case, it will just decrease 30 seconds. Suppose you have given time as a 30 seconds here. Okay. And it will just decrement from 30, 29, 28, 27, 26 like that. Why was settled? Zero. Okay. When it is becoming zero, zero is greater than or equal to zero. So it is not, satisfying this loop. So it will come out of the loop and it will print as a beep timer finish. Otherwise, when it is into the loop, it will always print and time left seconds. So it will always print into the screen there. Okay. So this is what it decrease in value because I minus we have already given. Okay. So this is the real life example. Now coming to the while loop. So it is very much similar to the for loop, but the way we are defining it is a little bit different because into the while you are giving condition here, okay, and for this condition, whatever the increment and decrement value is there, you are defining it of the this loop, okay. So uh, so in that case, suppose you have defined as I, it will print come here, it will print as a 1, okay, and then it will increment and it will go and it will compare less than equal to 0. It's a true condition, okay, so it will become, because here I plus plus has become, so I now it will print as a 2, okay, now it will print as a 2, then it will go here again, it will become the 3, okay, it will come here, is 3 is less than or equal to 5, yes, true, it's a true, then vice versa it will go till 6. Okay. Because 6 is less than or equal to 5. No. So it will come out of the loop. It will come out of the loop. Correct. So this is while loop. So while loop runs as long as condition is true. So what if you are giving the while one? So this is a finite loop. Okay. If you have not given this condition, you can go into the infinite. You can check from your condition you can say. Okay, this is what flow chart is given, condition is given there, then no, the loop body, it will come into the end. Otherwise, yes, it will go into the loop. Okay, so real life example for loop, while loop is waiting for your Uber, correct? So while car hasn't arrived, it will keep waiting. So until it is not reaching to this location, okay, it will keep waiting because the timer will go and it will always show into the app. It is waiting into the condition because the driver hasn't arrived with his car onto the location. When the car has arrived on his location, the loops will in there and it will show yes, driver has arrived. So this is a real time example for that. Okay. Now do while loop. Execute block at least one check condition offer. So it means unlike while, a do while loops always runs at least once. It will run always at least one. Okay, and because the condition is on the end, right? So whenever it is anything, at least it will enter, one will print, it will become true. Here the condition is nothing because here it is not nothing. So at least it will run once. Okay. So for this one, for do while. So if you are seeing here, it will come here and it will execute body. If it is true, it will go to the test condition. If it not, if false, it has come because here the condition is, you are seeing here we comparing end of the loop. So if else is come, so do while loop will end it. Correct. So I think you have got the picture here. In that case, suppose you have given the login section, right? So even if you enter the wrong password, it will ask again to loop keeps running until the correct password is entered. So it means at least it is once it is running. Okay. So if you have given the black robot, it will come here and correct if it is not, you know, comparing with the STR, compared CMP, using that to compare the string here. Okay. So if you're not uh, correct, it will just come into the incorrect password if it is not correct. And it is correct here. If it is correct here, it will show as a login successfully and it will come out of the loop. Otherwise, while one it is keep running. Okay, this loop, and it will always compare it. So at least it will, uh, at least once it will come into this loop. Okay, it will at least once it will run it. Okay, so this is what do while agenda. We go for that. So in that case, the loop keeps running until the correct password is entered. Correct. So until correct password will not enter, it will keep running it because always you are getting the incorrect password and inside this if condition you are going. Okay. So break is there. In else condition there is no break. Right. So it will not come out of the loop. It will not come out of the loop. So for break and continue, there are two keywords also there. So into the break, if you have given inside the loop will immediately exist. Okay. So for a continue, it skips the current iteration. So how it skips the current iteration? So in that case, okay. So in that case, suppose you have given for a break, it's a kind of emergency stop button. You just will, you know, press that button and we just completely stop, come out of the loop. But for continue, skip one step and continue next, like skipping the 13th floor in some elevators, right? So, so in that case, for a continue condition, you can, implement kind of some logic related to loop here. Okay, related to loop here. No, not a loop. Sorry, my bad. It's a lift. It's lift. Okay. So if you are seeing here, it is coming into this loop. If I is equal to 3, it is becoming. So it will just skip this one. Okay. So break we have already discussed earlier. We were discussing into this do while execution. If you haven't got it in here, so you can go this example. You can try yourself, and for continue as well, you can try yourself how continue is exactly skipping that, right? So you can use is equal to condition, is not equal to condition, something, you can play by yourself how it is happening into the break and continue. So in this, somebody we will go through that what we have discussed till now. If else switch, which is responsible for decision making, for while do while, which is responsible for repetition, break and continue, which is control loop execution. Basically, two cases there. Real world use also we have discussed calculated timers, logging system, etc. So let's wrap it here. If you have any questions, you can comment into the comment box, and you can try yourself all the logics and You can make your own system using for loop, if is any kind of things. So thank you.